Hi, everybody. This is Bay Area Sports Weekly. San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl wrap-up. And the season wrap-up of Brian Professor B. Davis, correspondent for BayAreaSportsWeekly.com. And Noah Fola in our BayAreaSportsWeekly.com broadcast center based in San Francisco. And for the 49er faithful, Niner fans who kind of still down over the disappointment over the 34-31 loss in Super Bowl 47 against the Baltimore Ravens 2 days after. A lot of guys it's a tough loss, and the 49ers, the questionable call in late in the game Sunday night. So we're going to just give you a little Niner news. So the Niners came back yesterday, and the 49ers... Jim Harbaugh had his final press conference with the media over at 49ers headquarters earlier today. And Niners going to have some decisions as this 2012 season comes to a close, get ready for 2013. And there's going to be a lot to in the coming days and weeks. We'll be having Niners off-season news. The NFL Combine is going to come up in Indianapolis in a few weeks, and then the free agency period will begin in March, and some of the big news for the Niners, and this was written by Albert Breer from NFLnetwork.com, and the Niners window is just open, and they're going to have a good size amount of window for another chance, possibly to have that opportunity to hoist the Lombardi Trophy. And the 17 of the 22 starters who took the field in the loss on Sunday are still in their 20s, and they're not done by a long shot. And then so they'll have a lot of the players coming back. And Colin Kaepernick, he's only 25. His two targets, Michael Crabtree and Vera Davis, are 25 and 29 respectively. Left tackle Joe Staley is 28. On the other side of the ball, four studs, Ahmad Brooks, Patrick Willis, NaVorro Bowman, and Aldon Smith are 28, 28, 24, and 23 respectively. And the window for this group is didn't close, and it's only opening. And then when you look at the season, it was the Niners going to have like a bunch of draft picks. The big question is what's going to happen with Alex Smith. He's going to be due $8.5 million, and he's down if he's still on the roster by end of March, early April. The Niners going to have to make a decision, or the Niners going to be taking about a five. Could be taking a big hit in the salary cap, and that is not good. And the cap size, and but they're kind of under the cap, and they're just going to have to make some decisions with Alex Smith. Possibly there are going to be a lot of teams that are going to be in the market for a quarterback, and possibly teams like the Kansas City Chiefs and a list of others cast of thousands going to be out there searching for a quarterback. And then, but four Super Bowl starters will be free agents in the offseason. Tight end Delaney Walker, free safety Deshaun Goldston. There's a report for the San Francisco Chronicle that he will not accept that $6.2 million franchise tag. Others, Randy Moss, and most likely he's not going to come back highly unlikely he'll come back with the Niners next year. Isaac Sopuakwa, Davis and Walker's luxury. If A.J. Jenkins develops and Mario Manhan progresses in the Niners system, Moss will be dispensable as well. The decision about Goldston, who will cost the 49ers $7.5 million to franchise tag him for the second straight years, could easily kept long term, may be the toughest of all. And then the club also looking at extending Crabtree, who's headed to his contract season. And then you look at the big picture, there's a little reason to believe that the Niners, who held on the coordinators and top personnel, Lieutenant Tom Gamble, through the January job cycle won't be in a position to reach won't be in position to reach New Jersey next year, or Arizona the year after, or Santa Clara or Miami the year after that. And here's a quote by Alex Boone: as long as we keep doing, and that this team will be fine," said guard Alex Boone. Then, shaking his head, Boone added, "The situation is first and goal. You gotta put it in the end zone," and that's something that will not be dismissed. And as a big issue, the Niners in the red zone early in the first half only ended up getting 6 points out of that. And the positives out of that game: Vernon Davis had over 100 yards of receptions. Frank Gore had over 100 yards rushing. That's the first time the Niners have lost all year when Frank Gore had over 100 yards of rushing yards in the game. Gotta score in the red zone. That was the reason why they lost. You gotta get the big six in the end zone, and the Ravens did, and the Niners did not. And missed tackles, and some big penalties early in the game. Vernon Davis on the first play got a big reception. Would have been a first down, get wiped out because of an illegal formation penalty by Michael Crabtree. The pass interference by Chris Colfer. That was a big key. And the big blow was the kickoff return by Jacoby Harris. 108 yards, a Super Bowl record, new Super Bowl record. Third time in history the 49ers have given up, special teams have given up a kickoff return for touchdowns in a Super Bowl. The two other times were Andre Coleman of the San Diego Chargers back in 1995, when the Niners ended up winning that game 49-26. That game was definitely in the hand of the 49ers. And then also Stanford James of the Cincinnati Bengals, 93-yard kickoff return in Super Bowl 23 against your San Francisco 49ers. So there you go there. And Niners going to have a lot of decisions. And then some of the players like Michael Potty, Anthony Davis, Vernon Davis, Frank Gore, Kaepernick, Brooks, Bowman, Aldon Smith, Ray McDonald, Carlos Rogers are all locked up for at least the next 2 seasons. Guys like Justin Smith, Jonathan Goodwin are aging. Smith and Goodwin just have a year left in respective deals. The Niners have 14 picks in this April's draft, and to really help with that depth. And I think it's all about the draft, and I think that's the philosophy for a lot of teams. Just because you go out and sign big name free agents is not going to guarantee you one way or the other. It's not going to guarantee you anything. It's better to draft and sign your players to the draft than build that depth. And then but there is a lot of stuff to be proud of for a season. And so the Niners with this opportunity, and they have come a long way in 2 years, in the last 2 years, since after suffering through 8 consecutive non-winning campaigns. So the future is bright for San Francisco, and but the 49ers will definitely be in the running for a chance, another chance, hopefully next year for a Super Bowl. And in this day of age of parity, you just don't know what's going to happen because it's not promised or guaranteed that you're going to get back there next year. And then the Ravens themselves, they're going to have some cap issues with the salary cap. Ray Lewis is going to retire. We don't know what's going to happen with Ed Reed. And Joe Flacco most likely will be signing a long-term contract extension. So we look back, and then we look back at the Super Bowl. The night and the positives. David Akers hitting 2 field goals, almost missed the field goal, but that field goal miss was called because of the Ravens got an unintentional roughing the kicking penalty, and Akers' second try was good. So there you go there. And the 49ers will have a lot of work to do to get back to that highest level, is winning a Super Bowl. So, and then let's finally, And since the start of the 1980 season, the 49ers had established themselves as one of the NFL's most dominant franchises. The Niners have won more Super Bowls and claimed more division titles during that 33-year span after since 1981. And the Niners have won a Super Bowl, at least one or more, in the 1980s and 90s. And the Niners have 40 playoff appearances. Their 6th Super Bowl in franchise history. Only the New England Patriots appeared in more Super Bowls than anybody since 1980. And the Niners have had 20 playoff appearances since 1980 and 16 NFC West titles. So definitely the Niners can be a team of the factor. And not to forget, the NFC West is going to be a tough one next year with Seattle, with Pete Carroll, with Russell Wilson and Richard Shermer and those guys for the Seahawks. And then the Rams are going to improve under Jeff Fisher. And then the Arizona Cardinals got Bruce Arians as their new head coach. And the Cardinals, don't sleep on the Cardinals. If the Cardinals can get themselves a quarterback, they'll definitely be right there. And that's going to be the key. Got to have a quarterback. And Bayer Sports Weekly Football Unlimited or San Francisco 49ers 2012 season wrap-up is sponsored or brought to you in part by the Philly Cheesesteak Shop. Go check value meals, and Philly Cheesesteak is located in 8 or 9 different Bay Area locations, including at 1716 Divisadero Street between Bush and Sutter in the city of San Francisco. Always visit the website at cheesesteakshop.com. That's cheesesteakshop.com. Caution, may be habit. And also by SantaClaraStadium.com to get the 49ers 2014 PSL tickets is almost sold out. If you'd like to take a tour of the new stadium, please go to SantaClaraStadium.com. That's SantaClaraStadium.com. SantaClaraStadium.com is the future home of your San Francisco 49ers. This has been the 49ers 2012 season wrap-up. In review, I'm Brian Professor B. Davis for BayAreaSportsWeekly.com.